Hi, I'm Tom and I'm here at AO at home. Today we're talking about cleaning your espresso or your coffee machine. 1 in 4 Brits don't know that it needs cleaning, and it is so important for hygiene, for protecting your equipment from limescale, and for my personal most important point, the flavour of the coffee. First up is pod machines. You're going to start by removing any accessories and fill up your reservoir with the recommended solution of descaler and water. Many people think you can use a descaling solution made of distilled vinegar and water. However, this can void your warranty. I suggest buying a descaling solution recommended by your machine manufacturer. You're then going to flush that into a receptacle. You may have to replace a jug every now and again, or if you find something big enough, that's perfect. And don't forget, once you've ran that solution through, you want to flush it with fresh water a few times. Next up is filter coffee machines. Now they're very similar to pod machines in that you need to remove all the accessories before you get going. You need to clean out the carafe and clean out any old coffee and filter papers that are inside the machine. Once you've taken care of that bit, it's on to the descale, and that is just like the pod machines. Same as before, we're going to fill that reservoir with the descale solution and water mixture. We're going to flush it through until the whole tank is gone and repeat the process with fresh water. Now we're on to bean to cup machines, and these can get a bit more in depth. There's a lot more working parts involved. Daily tasks that I would recommend would be to remove your drip tray and your ground coffee container and give them a good rinse out. Also, if your milk steamer or your frother is removable, you want to pull those off too and give them a good clean. It just prevents old milk building up. And a weekly task that needs to be done, if it's possible on your machine, is to remove the brew head and give that a good rinse too. Unlike the other machines though, these generally have a pre-built descaling function. Once more, we're going to fill up that reservoir with the recommended descaling solution and water. Place a bowl, jug or Tupperware large enough to contain your reservoir's worth of water before pressing the buttons. And as ever, once that's done, flush it through with fresh water a few more times just to be safe. Now it's time for the full-on espresso machine. Now these can be a little bit trickier. Daily tasks I recommend is emptying your drip tray and giving it a good old clean, and always purge and wipe your steam wand directly after use. For the descaling procedure, you guessed it, we're going to fill up our reservoir with that descaling solution and water. We're going to run the whole tank through and flush it through once or twice with fresh water afterwards. On most of these machines, there is a pre-programmed setting for cleaning your group head properly. What this does is it back flushes the machine and it pulls that cleaning chemical up into your group head, removing any oils that will clog it up for future use. But most machines, you'll have a blank that goes in your portafilter and you pop your cleaning tablet in there and then run the program. But again, refer to your manual for specifics. Keeping your machine clean is so important for your flavour of your coffee, for the lifetime of the machine, and for overall consistency of making amazing coffee. On top of all these regular cleaning tasks, I would also recommend wiping down every surface after each use and making sure you remove any old used coffee from the machine so that oils can't seep into areas you can't even see. But the most important thing is that you enjoy the process and you really get to grips with making amazing coffee at home.